When the Vivo X100 Pro came out, everyone was asking me, where's the review? Sadly, I didn't have the opportunity, but this is worth the wait. This is of course the Vivo X100 Ultra. This is a step up when it comes to the hardware, but we're gonna find out how the camera is. In terms of unboxing experience, as always, an amazing unboxing experience. You get everything that you need included, including a charger, 80 watt of it. A case for the phone itself as well, a soft case in this case. However, I did like the ones better on the X90 Pro series and a little bit on the X80 Pro. Of course, a USB-A to USB-C charging cable as well. And then we have the phone. In my case, we have the white version. There is a titanium version as well. And of course, we also have a black version. Now, this phone was sent over to me by Vivo because you do not have the possibility to buy it in the EU at the moment. Right now, it is China exclusive and it might actually stay that way. I'm unsure, but stay tuned on Vivo channels to see if there's any future plans for this to be released in the EU or anywhere else. Now, something worth noting about the fingerprint scanner, this is an ultrasonic fingerprint scanner, which means it uses sound waves to scan your fingerprint. However, this is the first generation. It's a smaller working area than the ones that you get on the Vivo X90 Pro Plus and the Vivo X80 Pro. It is because of space constraints. However, it is sad to see because I really love that second generation. But if I have to choose between a 2D camera fingerprint scanner or this, without a doubt, I choose this. But I know you aren't here for the unboxing, which I hardly ever do, but for the camera. Now, first things first, these are my first impressions and by no means is this a review of it. I haven't had it long enough. I just had it for a few hours and I'm already getting questions about it. So I just wanted to make a quicker video to showcase what I've captured so far, and of course I'm going on a trip probably tomorrow depending a little bit on the weather. If it's really stormy then I probably won't. But I will go on a trip with a second video going more into depth, some more information, and of course I'm gonna do a long-term review and so on. But crucially, also some more experience with the camera itself, including different zoom levels, playing around with the styles and more, because there are some exciting changes on this Vivo X100 Ultra. And I want to start with something simple. We all know that I love a bit of contrast, not too saturated and not too bright shots. But with this Vivo X100 Ultra, it's now made easy to dial in those settings a little bit more. Though I will say it is a shame that it doesn't stay on those levels when I completely close the app. That would have been perfect. Now by default this isn't visible, so you need to put it there, which is quite easy. It's just in the settings itself, and then you can always play around with those options if you wish to. This includes sharpening as well. Then when it comes to style, vintage is often a style that I used on my Vivo X80 Pro and X90 Pro. However, this year it's a little bit different. I think it looks great, though the original vintage, I would have loved to have that as well. Now when it comes to capturing on the Vivo X100 Ultra, of course we have different focal lengths. From the ultra wide all the way up to the periscope that has a 200 megapixel resolution. Now resolution isn't everything, but the sensor size is also quite large. This allows me to capture also portrait shots up to 100 millimeters. And in terms of zooming, you can zoom up to 100 times. But let's be fair, no one properly uses that. Here are some different zoom shots with different focal lengths just to showcase how it performs. But in general, I already captured some quick shots with it and I'm pleased with it so far. I'm very happy that I can quickly edit this contrast on the camera app, which is for me needed. It just adds a little bit more depth to the shot and also make the images look less flat for me. Of course, this is a preference, but still worth noting when you love photography, as well as the brightness that I can turn down, which I do about 5, and then the contrast I put that up about 10. Saturation I haven't played around much with because there wasn't much of a situation where I needed that anyway, but still that is an option next to sharpening as stated before. But we aren't done yet with new additions. We also now finally have a proper black and white. I love my black and white photography and it's finally here. Finally the possibility to capture shots in a different kind of feeling, where before I never could. So well done to Vivo for finally adding this as well. Now stated, this is of course the Vivo X100 Ultra and not my full review of it. By no means have I used this phone long enough to give you any proper impressions about it so far. This is my first take on it, some quick shots that I've taken in my own city, but of course, like always, when it comes to photography for me, it's hand in hand with exploring, going to different locations, and of course I will be doing so with this Vivo X100 Ultra. But also at the same time, I know a lot of people have questions about the camera performance, so therefore I put this little quick video online so you can see what it already has in terms of performance. And yes, this is with the latest update that I actually received when I got the phone itself, improving the camera compared to what it was before. Don't know where it was before because I just got it, but just so you know, it is with the latest update on this Vivo X100 Ultra, which was about 330 megabytes. Either way, so far I think there are some good changes for this phone. Yes, I would have liked the bigger fingerprint scanner, the Gen 2 when it comes to of course the ultrasonic, but apart from that there are some really solid changes. Black and white photography for me is something that I often use. The possibility to switch the contrast around, to play with the saturation, to play with the sharpening, because I really don't like over sharpened shots. That's key for a phone like this. The possibility for that is amazing. And for those who are wondering, I know there's a photography kit for it as well, and Vivo has said that they will actually send it out to me. When I will receive it, I don't know yet. No clue at the moment, of course. I'm relying on them for that. But when it comes to the Vivo X100 Ultra, we're of course gonna test it without it as well and see how the performance is. And if I do have that kit in, I'm gonna do a quick unboxing and experience with it. And I'm really curious about whether you can put an ND filter on top of it as well. That will be really useful. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this quick video, this quick look at of course the Vivo X100 Ultra. Let me know if you have any specific questions, and while I'm using it for a longer amount of time, I'll try to answer as much as I can. And of course, if you have any specific situations that you want to see, I'll